They can already see it. They could see it when you was getting out the car and you was smoking a cigarette, taking your bonnet off, getting ready to go to work. They could see it in the eyelashes. They could see it in the baby hairs that come all the way down here. They could see it in everything that y'all do. Y'all embrace it, and then you get mad at the world for saying that they don't like it. Everybody don't have to like y'all behavior.
Yeah, the productive side of Black community doesn't like that either. And I think we were talking about that backstage, how Black people can feel that too. Like, we don't like having to go out and put our best foot forward and make sure we're dressed and nice. And here you coming out, maybe at the airport where you are, and you have on Tweety Bird pajamas and that bonnet on and patting it all through the aisles and stuff. Put on a wig or something. Get your hair done. Put on a t-shirt. Just dress.
Or you could just do your regular hair. You can do your regular hair.
True.
You know, Dyson makes a curl wand that doesn't apply heat. All right.
Not everybody got enough hair to curl.
Thank you.
So y'all
there's ways
so
to
y'all
make
missing
it
the edges.
curl and
okay, so what happened to y'all hair? Why is the edges gone?
My
If you
mama
didn't have cancer, if you didn't have cancer, what happened to
It fell out.
Why is it falling out?
Black women's follicles are very different from every other
Because
woman.
y'all keep getting them braids and it pull it all the way back like this, and then y'all scalp start looking crazy.
Before braids, before perms, sometimes women will try sacred, they'll try oils, they'll try dietary things to stimulate hair growth, and they don't feel confident.
You look nice right now.
Well, I try to make sure I dress how I want to be addressed, but I'm just speaking to why some woman who may have 4C hair and is very short, she may not know how to style it to feel like a grown woman, because some women, Black women, feel like their hair is not matching their age. So they get hairstyles that are more suitable for their age.
No. We're not talking about extensions. We're not talking about that, because white women get them too, and they don't look crazy.
Well, every woman out here has.
We're talking about the red wigs,
dirty, they don't wash their hair.
the baby hairs that come all the way down here. I just realized I found out about a month ago, probably a little bit longer than a month ago. I found out about a month ago that y'all actually buy baby hairs.
Oh, yeah, tattoo baby.
I didn't know that they sold baby hair separately. I thought that the baby hairs was styled from the regular hair, but y'all are buying wings on your hair. Think about this shit for a minute. Think about how bad y'all doing yourself. You're buying wings, and you said and slap on one side, slap it on the other side. Like, what the fuck is we doing?
Like a temporary tattoo.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
I sell them.
Group of women. I'm gonna say that we're
baby
very
hair wings. Okay, who sell baby hair wings?
Me.
You sell baby hair wings? How much they go for?
Depends. If it's it'll come in like a frontal piece.
Okay.
I charge like
so it's not attached to the whole wig.
Think about. Hold on, wait. You said
no. Sometimes they do like ponytails where they don't have edges, so it's like it's not a full frontal. It just go along their edges.
So how much are the baby hair wings then separately?
What you? Oh, like 25.
So $25 a piece per wing.
Crazy.
Yeah,
that's not bad. That's kind of cheap. They can use
it. Think about this for a minute, y'all.
Do they last for one day?
Y'all willing to spend $25?
They say they do. I don't wear that.
Well, you got to buy them in a pair, so you got because you can't have one wing. So y'all willing to spend?
They do.
You got a side part.
Why I was going to say
the side part.
So y'all willing to spend $50 on wings? How long do they last?
They can keep reusing them.
So you wash it, they can wash their wings.
Yeah, they can take the glue off. I'm gonna go find one. Hold up. Yeah, I'm gonna find one. Hold up.
Okay. So yeah, show me a wing, because I have never seen it in a while. No, seriously, I've never seen it in a while. I've never seen it in a while. So think about this. Y'all willing to spend $50 for wings?
So embarrassed for us right now.
And there are a lot of Black women that don't know how to be the better version of themselves, and you like to address that part of the Black women community. Like, you could do so much better, but you choose not to. So a lot of us are sick of watching that too. We deal with those type of women far too often than we should, in the grocery store, at the post office, at work, even in our own families. Sometimes your own friends turn around and switch up on you. So,
Give me a second, Dalen. Give me a second, Dalen. Let me see that wing now.
Oh, I thought it was just the tattoo one. Like,
hold on, stay there.
Oh, they do have tattoo ones.
Let me get it on the big screen.
I thought it was the tattoo one.
Jesus Christ.
Naira, you're muted.
You got to promote her business.
Well, them worth $25 a piece.
Yeah, that's long. That's a long baby hair.
Cool.
Yeah, because they cut it.
I ain't never seen one. I thought it was just the one I seen sticked on.
Too bad it don't fix nobody attitude.
I personally don't think if you're under the age of 4, you 4 and above, you do not need baby hair.
Somebody said it's a sideburn.
Oh, that's funny as hell.
I mean, unless it's your natural baby hair. But if it's like not natural, if you 4 and above, just leave it alone.
Y'all do realize that y'all not babies, so it is never gonna be baby hair, right?
They don't care.
Baby hair because it's small and you don't want to out. I think 4C women should wear that because when they put their hair slick back, you still have like those beady beads. So then they'll just swoop it just to get it to lay down and look presentable. That's not funny, y'all. Stop it. That's what
that's me.
Instead of looking at it like you're looking at it, Anton, just think about how innovative that is. Yes. A person with no edges, able to make it look like they have some with a little bit of glue and a little bit of hair. It's very innovative.
That's smart.
But this is the point, though, Deja. They not innovating a better attitude. Ain't nobody innovating more pleasant vibes when they around people. That's the crazy part about it. Everybody's so worried about the outer appearance, but nobody's really concerned about dealing with the inside of their bodies. Like, they're not eating right. They're eating flaming hot Cheeto fries with the cheddar and the queso and the everything, jalapeno, chili from pork, all kind of stuff. Like, come on now, let's be real. Like, I understand, yeah, y'all want to look nice or whatever. You looking real good, Dalen. You look like you feel good. But at the end of the day, if somebody talking to you crazy, is that gonna stay there, or are you gonna be ready to just pop off and just be like, well, they shouldn't have started with me? That's the whole point of why people is just tired. And it's not just about the ghetto side, it's about Black people, period. Because at any given moment, people get triggered just like the next person. So why are we getting mad at white folks for being just like us? They triggered, they want to be passive aggressive. They got plenty of Black aggressive people.
I can see why y'all stand with China, because they sell y'all this bullshit. Y'all sell it to each other.
White people ain't to blame. They're not.
We the same. We all the same. Like,
they're just better at playing chess than we are.
I think we bleed the same, but how
you know what the worst part about this whole situation is that, I look at what the normal Black woman would look like a lot of times. And of course, y'all come in all different packages. But I look at y'all, and it's so funny because everybody in the world is trying to be the natural y'all, and y'all trying to be everything that y'all not. Y'all naturally shaped beautiful. You got great skin. I see people trying to tan their ass off all day long in order to try to get whatever it is that y'all naturally are. And y'all mutilate yourself and y'all disrespect yourself. And the only thing that you have to do is take care of what you already have. Develop better character. You think that the fact that you're a woman is going to make up for the bullshit that you keep on putting out into the world. And y'all hate yourselves so much that y'all don't even take care of what y'all already have. And instead of working on the thing that you already have and making it and improving it and loving what God gave you, y'all so busy working on shit and buying shit to cover up the shit that you already have that's great. The whole world is trying to get a BBL to get what you already got. And it's so unfortunate because you could be superstars. Y'all got all of the talent. You have all of the breasts, the hips, every fucking thing. And you all want to be something that you're not. And instead of you working on great character and taking care of yourself, You put on all of these costumes and masks to impress each other, and the world hate it. And it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. And y'all need to do better.
Yeah.
Y'all genuinely need to do better. And that's messed up. It really is messed up. And I feel bad for y'all because y'all not gonna get the results that y'all want. Y'all are the ones that lag behind. Y'all got all of the debt, and now you claiming victim, and the world don't even blink. They gave y'all a moment. They gave y'all some years where they was like, all right, we gonna champion black women. We gonna give them some diversity, equity, and inclusion. Y'all window was closed. It's over for y'all. And ain't nobody listening to y'all victim stories. Nobody give a fuck about y'all. They taking y'all men, and you're gonna have to do something about it. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I feel bad for y'all. I genuinely do. I genuinely feel bad for you.
I think a lot of black women don't know how to cleanse their internal impurity, so they chase materialistic and things that they can physically buy to try to mask it. And I don't think we even us, I don't think nobody has like the perfect remedy on how to let these women know if you start within, things will branch out on its own and you don't have to try to mask things, you know? But
because people don't want to be,
men
people are
still
lazy.
impregnating these women. They're still
we can't blame men.
they're still, you know what I'm saying? We still breed those type of women because we still got those type of moms.
True. Yeah. And men, they love to have sex with those type of women. If men did not feed into their sexual appetite with some of these women, I swear they will straighten up. But
I would always come back to a man fault.
I knew you was gonna do that. Started
practically an all-woman panel.
It takes a man and a woman to create a person.
But listen, you keep saying if men don't have, men will fuck a.
Yeah, why is that?
They'll fuck a cardboard box. They don't.
Why is that? Why is that? Why
so
is
wait
that?
a minute. So you place your standard on whether or not you're gonna get fucked.
No. Why is it that men will lay down with anything? Why is that?
Because we got to get a nut off.
No.
What does to do with anything?
Women have to get a nut off too. What
does it have to do with a level of self-respect that you have for yourself?
Exactly. For men, you're a man. You can speak for men. Why wouldn't you have respect for yourself?
I do have respect for myself.
No. I mean, for men who lay down with women that are like that, why don't they have respect for themselves?
Listen. For whatever reason, you keep trying to put us in the same category, and we not. I could fuck you today. I could fuck you today, walk away from you tomorrow, and then have a level of self-respect amongst my peers and myself because I could recover from that. You can't.
No.
Listen. You can't. You can't. Your problem is that you keep comparing yourself to men. You have to have a higher standard. Even if I wanted to look at it from the lens that you look at it from, right? I don't compare myself to ghetto people that's on the streets. Because I can don't mean that I will. And because I could get away with it, don't necessarily mean that I'm gonna take advantage of it. I have a level of self-respect within myself. And even when you comparing men, there's levels to us. There's
same
levels.
Women.
There's no.
Same with women.
It's not. Because it's not. Because we all, you're right, it is levels to y'all. But my point is that you reduce yourself to the worst amongst you. And the fact that you're comparing yourself to a man, because I've never seen a man compare himself to a woman and still be successful. Why are you comparing yourself to men?
I'm not. That wasn't the point. The reason why I brought up men is to say that these type of women are being breeded. So I'm trying to figure out how and why it takes a man.
You're the ones that's
those type of women, right? So that's how we got into the discussion. I'm not bringing myself. I don't have anything to do with the discussion. I don't.
Yes, you do, because
I don't fit the mold.
You're speaking on behalf of Black women. And so you're breeding.
Yes.
It may not necessarily be you per se.
But did you just
breeding them?
You are being hypocritical tonight because you just said that you do not resonate with the men that sleep around and do all of these things. I'm saying I don't resonate with the women with the bonnets, and you saying that I speak for women, and I'm saying to you, you speak for men. But you deflected that conversation.
Okay, so let's look at it from that lens. Let's say that I speak for men.
Yeah.
I will tell you that the overwhelming majority, because we speak to the majority and not the minority, the overwhelming majority of men are doing what they're supposed to do. They don't have children out of wedlock.
Okay, that's your perspective.
Remember this, and I keep on saying this on a regular basis. There is a minority of men that is fucking y'all and getting y'all pregnant with a majority of the women. I can hold all men accountable, and I can hold 99% of all men accountable, and they could be on their grind. And 1% of men can fuck all of y'all.
I'm right there.
It doesn't matter if it's 1% or all of them. If they're breeding, if a small percentage of men are breeding the most of these type of people, then it's very important to address that small group of men. It's not okay to dismiss.
No, I don't have to.
It's just a small group of men that are just sleeping around with those type of women. If they're breeding the most children,
no, we don't. You know why? Because we have options and you don't. Listen, once you get a kid, once you get 2, once you get 3 baby daddies, you are sour milk. We can go. Listen, bro.
Men are sour milk who have a lot of kids.
Listen. I am always going to be valuable. Always. I can get another you. Matter of fact, when you turn 50, I could trade you in for 2 25s.
Lord have mercy.
You can't do at what value
do what I do.
That off of? What are you basing it off of?
It's based off of reality.
No. Are you basing it off of physical looks or the qualities of the woman? Because if the woman has quality at 50,
I'm basing it off the fact
you can get 2 20-year-olds that won't be able to amount to this 50-year-old woman based on the quality that she has. You should know that.
No. And see, that's the thing. Society determines our value, not how you feel about yourself.
Exactly. So why are we making
you saying that a 50-year-old woman is valuable to who?
To the man that was with her till she could turn 50.
Then how come she not still with him?
So when your wife, you said you can trade the wife in. You as the man said you could trade the wife in for 2 young women. Nobody said that the woman wasn't with the man. So for you, your wife, if she was 50, would you leave her for 2 20-year-olds? You would not, because you know the value. Because you know the value of the wife that you have.
It's not about what I would do. It's about the fact that I can if I want to, and nobody is going to stop me. And I can have as many as I want when I want it. You can't do the same thing. Y'all are complaining every single day about trying to find a husband.
Deja not trying to defend that though.
I can go and find a wife tomorrow.
Anton,
I can get another wife tomorrow.
Your situation is different though.
No, don't start changing my situation because you want
because your situation
they wanted to use me as an example.
I'm rich.
They wanted to use me as an example. My point is that there's always going to be another you. The value that you have for yourself doesn't necessarily reflect the value that society is looking at you as. For whatever reason, listen, you have to be realistic about who you are and what your options are. As you age, and I'm not saying that guys won't fuck you, but they won't necessarily see you as valuable, and so they won't wife you.
That's the issue. Because why are men, if she's not good enough to be married, my personal opinion, you're not good enough to be trusted in my life with the values in my life, you're not good enough to be fucked. Let me say it again. If you're not good enough to be my wife, you're not good enough for this meat. And if men had that, there are a few men.
Listen. Daylin, respectfully, we don't need no advice from y'all. Y'all can't even fix yourselves.
What do you mean, y'all?
We don't need advice from women on how to be men. We see y'all sons, and y'all sons is gay, and we see y'all sons, and they broken. And we don't need no more advice from y'all. We seen who you voted for as a whole. We seen y'all stroll to the polls. We've seen how y'all operate. We don't need no advice from y'all.
No woman here voted for that. So
the thing that y'all need to be focused on is getting the beam out of thine own eye. We don't need no advice from women. We done with taking advice from women.
It's an observation, not an advice. Because that's a good question. Why would a man, if you look at a woman, you like, woof, I ain't marrying her, but bend over and touch her toes. Why is that a thing? Why do you want?
Daylin, so I think I could. So this is just because I'm always trying to go back to biblical and how God designed us, the natural state, all of us. So and this is just over the past few years or so that I've kind of been reading and just kind of been like, wait a minute. I believe this is just what I believe from my studies. I believe it to inherently be true. God designed us different. We just different. Once we understand as women, and quit expecting men to respond to us like we would respond. That's number one. Men, as far as we're talking about with the sexuality, I think because he said be fruitful and multiply, I'm almost positive he was directing that towards men.
Mm-hmm.
It was all about generation. It was all about bloodline. So this is just me. I feel like he inherently put that in them
Mm-hmm.
to go out and multiply biblically. Now, what society has turned it into and all that, yes, you need discipline and all that. So the men that don't do that, they obtain discipline. The other ones are wild in nature anyway. If you look at their life, they're not only loose in sexuality, they're loose in all.
So would you say that's conducive to a society or a community to have men who are wild like that?
It just is what it is.
What do you mean? I know, right? I'm just saying. I think that's just the inherent genetic nature of how the Most High designed us. Like we are emotional creatures because we need to be nurturers. We are designed to really be working at the house. We're designed like that, but that's just not the norm or reality. We're designed to take care of our husbands, take care of the families, and do all of these things, and have these gender roles like he designed. So that's all I'm saying. That was the logic when I was reading and studying that I came to, that we are genetically just different. But now society is conducive. We have to display discipline.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot have sex like that because we would not know who genealogy or father is to God's lineage if we were looking and had sex with multiple men. But if a man went out and multiplied, you know who the father, you know what I'm saying? That's the lineage. You would know who the mother is, but we wouldn't know who the father is. So just like even in our community, go all the way back.
Yeah.
Like we don't know who our lineage is now, but I'm just saying.
Right. And to the point that you made, that you said society makes that different now, I think that's what we need to address. Maybe there are certain individuals that have not recognized that you need to do what is appropriate now. You can't harbor on and say, well, God made me do this. And it's like, well, God gave man dominion over any other type of,
I don't think that God made up. No, that's not an excuse. Because now you talking, because we got to still be talking about a man that follows God. There's no reason we should be with a man who God is not his leader.
Mm-hmm.
God, the man, and it goes down like that.
That's
So if God is his leader, you really shouldn't have to worry about any of that. You should be able to trust him with your life. You should be able to trust him with all that. I'm not going to say what I used to say. I need you to trust me with my heart because they just don't think like that. They nurture, they take care, they got to get it done. And they really just don't have time to watch. Yes, would I like to be hood? Or would I like to talk more and conversate? Yeah. But I'm thinking because me and my ex, I'm well divorced now. But we still cool. We've always been best friends. But then, I think about, okay, could I have done this better? I even went downtown to right my wrongs. So it's just weird. That's why I say I'm never gonna say nothing about nothing I don't know. If I say something about it, I probably did it, been through it, seen whatever. So that's all I'm saying.
Following God part.
We gotta get a super chat.
Well, real quick, I just want to add to what she was saying about like the women not being the same as the man. When it comes down to men, they're able to lay with more than one woman simply because of how their body is structured. As women, when we lay with more than one man, the sperm will stay and live within our bodies for decades and decades, all the way until we die. And there's no possible way for you to just completely remove that DNA from those men. Yep. There's been studies of that that are proving that women are carrying the sperm DNA from all of the men that they've ever laid with, which is why it's so hard for men to really stay with the women, because energetically that DNA is still alive, it's still living. So whenever you're trying to let another man come and lay with you, and then another man, and then another man, that's really where your value is starting to diminish, because your body is the thing that's crying out and speaking out. So when you do more research about these things, instead of just going off of society and how you think, things should just change because this is what people are going with, these are the things that you need to start considering, because these are real things that are coming to life and being proven scientifically. So at the end of the day, God is going to be real and is going to show itself regardless, whether you like it or not.
I want to say one thing before you get to the super chat.
One sentence. Go ahead.
Okay, we got on this subject because I was trying to pull men in, because he was talking about so bad about women and how, and I was just saying how they were bred. I understand that a woman is born with every egg she will ever have at birth. She's born with them. A man, they create seeds as they go on. I understand the biology between men and women. I just want to throw that out there. I'm clear on that. But I also know a man with some type of self-worth, even though he has the ability to procreate as wildly as he wish, he does not have to. And that's what I was trying to get Anton to hold men accountable for that part.
I think that women need to hold other women accountable, period. Just to
exactly true.
Women, we hold the key to sex. So if we want a better society, if we don't want to have to keep on having all of these, kids out of wedlock and things of that nature, then we need to be the ones to close our legs, so that way we're not perpetuating this type of behavior ongoing.